Welcome to Trail Max, a channel dedicated to thrifty, realistic overland travel using vehicles to support mobile camping and exploration of beautiful and interesting places. In this episode, I travel back to the Devil's Marbleyard with my best friend John. This place was so interesting that I had to bring him and spend the night on the mountain for the full experience of this truly interesting place. This is my guide GPS map. I keep my guide GPS on at all times, so this way I can show you where I hike and camp. It takes about 1 mile to get to the base of the Marbleyard, and then it starts to go vertical. And as you can see by the orange track, that's where me and John went. The green track is where me and Mallory went last time. If you venture further up the mountain like me and Mallory did, there is no more access to water. At John and my campsite, there is water. That is the last place that you can fill up. It's not a bad hike, but you need to make sure that you come prepared with good shoes that have good traction on the bottom and a good pair of gloves. The further you go up the mountain, the more strenuous it gets. According to the U.S. Geological Survey, these boulders were once a white sandy beach with sandworms about 500 million years ago. They were covered up in an event, and over millions of years they were turned into quartzite. The sandworms burrowed through the sand when it was a beach, and this allowed water to enter over thousands of years. The freeze and thaw cycle caused them to break up over thousands of years ago. This is evident by every single rock that you look at. And here we are at our campsite having lunch. We entered the Marbleyard from the side, and we went across over, and we picked us a place to go up. The further you go up, the more strenuous it gets, and the more vertical each climb that you make gets. It can look a little daunting from down here at the bottom, but it is worth it. It is absolutely worth coming out here. Here is evidence of the white sandy beach that I had just discussed. If you just look around everywhere, you will find rocks that look like this, and that is a perfectly preserved day in history 500 million years ago. And here we found a little cave that we wanted to explore, but it was pitch black in there. It's so dark in here. Oh my God. Okay, that's as far as I'm going. After exploring the caves, we decided to continue our journey up the mountain. The further we went, the more and more vertical the rocks got. We needed to take a break, so John decided to sit on a cliff and contemplate the meaning of life. Which is exactly what we're doing, hiking and having a good time with friends. We moved on and continued upward even further. With every step we took upwards, the further we had to go to grab the rocks to get up the mountain. This is where you need gloves because you have to pull yourself up, and you need good shoes to push yourself up. You don't really need any climbing gear to do this, which is good. You also don't have to pay anyone to go here. You don't have to pay to park. You don't have to pay for a license or a fee to come out here. There's no camping fees, so we come out here and spent the night for free, and that's always great. It continued to get more and more grueling the further we went up. Every step you had to be more and more careful. After we decided we have went too far vertical, we made our way over to the trail and we slid down the rocks back to our campsite. We made it back down to our campsite just in time to relax for a little while before the beautiful sunset. We set up our camp and didn't even realize it, but right in front of us was the perfect place for the sun to go all the way down in the sky and had an amazing, spectacular sunset. This has got to be one of my most favorite places that I have ever backpacked into, and the best part is that it was free. We did have a couple of mouse visitors in the middle of the night, but other than that, we had a great time. But that's about it for this episode of Trail Max. And thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next time.